maybe give you some vignettes of life. I do not want to pull my own chair, but this is how really it started. Sometime in 1989, there was a jailbreak in the Davao Penal Colony. And 16 prisoners broke out, but each one of them had one hostage. It was a Sunday, a visiting day for the wives and families of prisoners, and something went terribly wrong. And there was this hostage taking that took 1 day and a half. Since I was the Regional Peace and Order Council appointed by President Arroyo at the time, I was in the church hearing Mass when my security whispered to me that President Corazon Aquino was on the line and she wanted to talk to me. And sabi niya na, Mayor, ano bang nangyayari dyan? So I was all alone really ignorant of what was happening on the north side of the Davao region. And I said, Ma'am, pasensya ka na, but I do not know what you're talking about. And he said that, well, anong klaseng arpo ka? There was this hostage taking, and they are already on the highway going towards Agusan. And so I hurriedly took the Air Force chopper and pumunta ako doon sa scene of the crime, Soko. Bumaba ako sa helicopter at lumapit ako doon sa isang jeep that was commanded by the prisoners. And a soldier pointed out a baby and a woman, at yung yaya pala yun, it was the auntie, not the mother who was carrying the child inside the prison. While they were scampering out, the mother was left behind. The mother was able to get out, but the yaya and the child was left behind. So two of the hostages. So the soldier said that the baby was already blue, but she could not be fed by breastfed. So I went here, I said that if you would just release the baby and the child, I would gladly volunteer to take their place. So in not so many words, I was able to convince them to just travel to Davao. And I had the humiliation of being the hostage in my own city hall here. But turned out everything was fixed, and I was about really to kill them all, but it was Secretary Doresa, the ever peaceful man called Corazon Aquino, and the president said, Mayor Duterte, I want that situation resolved peacefully. And I said, yes, ma'am. But you know what? The following month, they were detained here, not in the North Davao, not in the penal colony. They were facing charges of kidnapping. And so that day, I went there, again offered myself. But sabi ng mga sundalo, galit sa iyo yan. because I promised them heaven and earth. And I said, noong sa highway kami puntang Agusan, sabi ko, nung sa City Hall, release na lang ninyo yan and I will work it out that in about a day or two, you will be pardoned. Storya lang yan ganon eh. You can promise heaven, but it didn't really materialize because we were going to prosecute them. But one day again, during that visit, kasama yung Australiana. Kaya that started yung election issue. Kasi sabi ko na wag mong galawin yung there were sa mga pastora yung nag-prayer rally doon sa loob, dito sa siyudad ng Davao. And again, the idiots took hostage again, one for each. And so when they attempted to demand for a transportation again, the chief of police and Secretary Doresa and my chief, I was then a prosecutor, agreed, but I did not, because then I was the mayor at the time. And I overruled them. Sabi ko, tatapusin na natin ito. Let us finish this here, now. So there was a shootout, and when I saw a child, the layman missionary sa Australia was also killed. Nung nilabas yung katawan, totoo yung sinabi ko. It was really a bit of a slur, but it was not intended for the victim. So sa galit ko lang, sabi ko, look at this son of a bitch. Nauna pang in anger, just to derogate their manhood. Sabi ko, tingnan itong mga putang inan to. Nauna pa sa magaganda, nahuli pa yung mayor. But it was uttered in anger as an insult, actually. So I was relating it because somebody was here looking for the footage during the last election. And they were offering that clip there sa RPN because somebody was piggyback. Well, I was advancing to the side of prison. An enterprising journalist was also behind me. And so he got everything what I said. But all in a day's anger yun. Para hindi ako maunahan, I related the story during the campaign sorties. So I knew that if they could get it at the last minute, I would have a hard time, how to temper and how to explain to the public that this is what happened. I would have a hard time explaining. And that is why I related it. Actually, it was a narration of an event that actually happened, unrecorded one. Because lahat naman nandun, BS, GMA. But the one who rode at my back, who was following me closely behind, was RPN. So he got all of my epithets, my curses, and my everything that a foul mouth could spew when you are angry. But I'm relating this to you because alam nang all the Davaoenos know, I do not accept awards except this one. Ngayon. Because maybe I won't mention the name of the organization. They offered to award me for that particular incident in my life. And I said, and I made it as a matter of personal and official policy, not to accept award all these years. I would respectfully decline it, and I would always say, you do not give me an award or reward for the things that I have to do because I am paid to do that. Exactly. But ngayon kasi, maybe because it's high time that at least before I go beyond, I should have one award. Well, it's full of adjectives, and I would not want to belabor the points, the economic stories that Sunny. I was already near this hotel, but my doctor, Edward Lim, is one of the best. He's based in America, is here. And he's also the doctor of Sunny. Panauna ako because of my spinal injury. I got this. He got also his because of a bad spill sa motor. But ang problema ko, I had an accident when I was already 68 years old. So C4 and C7 ang tinamaan talaga. My wife was working in the United States for quite a time, since she has seen so many spinal operations gone awry, and she would not have nothing to do with it. So I am perpetually in pain. In a scale, something like 1 to 1 to 1 to, because I have the distraction. And pero yung fentanyl, the doctor stopped it because he got mad. I'm supposed to cut it into 4 pieces, the 1 piece that you get from the package. And there was a time na yung buong nilagay ko, because more than just the disappearance of pain, you feel that you are on cloud 9. Para bang everything is okay with the world, nothing to worry about. Ang hindi ko na nakalimutan ko, just before I went to the doctor, is kinuha ko yung pain patch. Yung marka ng plaster nagpaiwan. So sabi niya, ano bang nangyari? Ginamit mo po? I said, hindi. Yung 1/4 lang. Sabi niya, wag mo akong bulahin. Nakikita ko na pumupula kasi yan eh. So he got mad. He said that, if you insist on doing things yourself, you might want to go to another doctor. So tiniis ko na lang, and true to the words of my older doctor, sabi niya, you just learn to bear with it. Anyway, tataas yung over time yung threshold mo sa pain, and get used to it. So now, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Minsan mag-abot ng 4. All I need is just a few minutes of tulog lang ako, and it gets better. Now I have about 7, but since I saw beautiful ladies, it goes down automatically. It's almost 0. I don't know if I'd still have it before I go out of this. But really, going to the serious business of my talk, I need not, I said, belabor the points of the economic strides that we have enjoyed up to this time. And anyway, Sunny is my childhood. Talaga magkasama ko kindergarten hanggang, I got kicked out from Ateneo mga second year ako, but he stayed alone. But he was the consistent valedictorian sa klase namin. And a little of an advertisement also, commercial. He was one of the 2 Dabaweños who ever won the Voice of Democracy sa panahon namin. Yung sponsored by ng USAID,